Hello and welcome everyone. This is Race on Oz. It's Monday night, it's the PC League. And it's the third last race that we're doing on ACC. So it's round number 4 of the last Hurrah Cup. And we're doing Bathurst, which is pretty exciting. Let's get into it, eh? So previous winners, so last week we were at Fulton Park, I think it was. Max Ricker qualified third, won the race. Good job to Max Ricker. Who else? Mitch Hayes won the silver class. So nice work from him. He started in P7, finished in 5th, and then Wally Masterson won the AM class. He started in 10th and finished 9th. So they were all our class winners from last week. Let's have a look at championship standings. So you can see Max Ricker, he's leading the way, 3 straight wins on the trot. 180 points, he sits on top. Vinny Caniro sitting there in second, 18 points behind on 162. A little bit further back, Benjamin Hignett on 156 points. Followed closely by Jack Steele, Mitch Hayes, Matthew Frost. And you've got Scott Smith having a good season so far, sitting there in seventh. James Pierre-Reid, he wasn't here last week. I don't think he's here again this week. In 8th, 9th, Chris Hildebrand, 10th, Wally Masterson, Robin Herbert in 11th. Paul Russell, won't see him again. John Hedges, Zach Jensen and Adrian Rice, we won't see him again either. Alright, let's have a look at the track. I think it's a track that we all know. Doesn't really need much of an introduction. 6.2 kilometres, 23 turns in total. The most legendary circuit in Australia. It's legendary around the world as well. It attracts many people from all corners of the globe to come here, check it out, to race here as well, especially. But yeah, Bathurst. So this should be a fun one. We've got an alright field. We've got 15 tonight as well, which is pretty exciting. And as you can see there, at top of the times, it's Jack Steele. 2:01 flat for him. Vinny Kinero in second position there as well. So he's had a good little session too, but it's only 2.5 tenths off pole position. Oh, James Pierre-Reid is here. There you go, my mistake. Max Ricker out there, he's in fourth, so he started a little bit further than last week. There's one mandatory pit stop tonight. Last week we had 2 stops, which was fun. But tonight it's just the 1 stop. People just finishing off their laps. Yeah, Fake Me is one of them. I think we'll see him for a little while, so good to see him out there. Wally Masterson, so that's the scene. Did we watch the Nürburgring 24 hour? How good was it? I thoroughly enjoyed it. I don't know about you. A lot of controversy at the end there for the race winner in P2. But I thoroughly enjoyed it. Tried to watch as much as possible. Never seen a power failure, red flag, a race before. So that was definitely a first. And I've seen someone describe it as Le Mans is like the big prestigious one. It's got all the glitz and glamour of it all. But the Nürburgring is like, it looks so much fun as well. It looks, especially that parade lap that they do where they all get on the circuit. That was so cool. That's probably one of my favourite parts about it, is when they do the parade lap.
Green light, go, go, go.
Alright, here we go. It's something I'd say you never see in Australia. Looks like the crowd just have a ton of fun as well. And I was saying on the commentary, it's a race that you want to see. You want to see the start of the race. You don't necessarily have to see the end of the race. Yeah. And then we do it all again. Spa 24 hour this week. It's going to be good fun. Weekend of motorsport. We've got F1 back this week as well. We had V8 Supercars this previous week. We had IndyCars at Road America yesterday. NASCAR's every week. So love the Northern Hemisphere summer. It's fun times. Makes for long nights as well. If you're a cricket fan, you've got India versus England happening right now. It's all going on. It's peak season right now, Northern Hemisphere. And if you're at home, I don't know about you, not very cold where I was today. 18 degrees. 18 degrees in June. Can you believe that? 18 degrees in June. Injured. Wow. It should be pretty chilly. But it wasn't. Rod Taylor just in the pits still. The only car out there in the pits. Hedges. Where are you, John Hedges? There you go. What have we got? Benjamin Hignett out there. Vinny Canero is going to be the first driver to set the time lap. Fastest cars in free practice. Let's see what he's got here. Let's turn into Hale Corner. Second gear for that corner. Then it's a blast up mountain straight, up the hill. Big dip down through here. Getting ready for Griffin's Bend. Another tricky corner, this one here. Just letting the car drift out towards the gripper strip and up through the cutting. Named because it is literally cut out of the mountain. Going up here through Green Park, Silverman Park, and then plenty of parks up there. You nail this part of the track. It's a sensational feeling. That is what Hurrah just did. We're down through the dipper. Or down through, out of Skyline, then through the dipper down through here. And then head towards Forest Elbow, formerly Devil's Elbow. Some clean through there. And then he'll blast down pretty much the most famous straight in all of Australian motorsport, Conrod Straight. Sort of speeds, and you're doing topped out at about 289. Down through the chase. I believe that didn't actually exist in the original circuit. Put it in for safety concerns. Through Murray's Corner. And what sort of time? 2:15. That's pretty good. From Vinny Canero. Jack Steele hits the line. He goes to the top of the time straight away. Christopher Butt, good to see him back. Hildebrandt comes over the line as well. Matt Frost puts in the time. Here's Benjamin Hignett. Puts down time. No, he's off and going on another trip around. Rod Taylor, I think he's just come out of the pits, so he'll be setting off on his lap. Here's Mitch Hayes, last week's Silver Class winner. He goes to P3. Nice work from him. I'd like to get a livery for him. Don't know if he's got one or not. Didn't check. Right. Here's Wally Masterson, AM Class winner from last week. And he'll go for another trip around. What about Neil Fakeney in the Crunch Time Racing Mustang? Got his P8. Way up past McPhillamy. Whoa! Getting nice and close to the wall there. And again. Pushing pretty hard right now. Since Jack Steele leading the way. 2:01.250 is the time to beat. 2.5 tenths faster than Canero. He's 3 tenths back to Max Ricker. And it's a fair drop off. After that, Hayes is almost a full second behind. Hildebrandt, Butt, Smith, 1.3 to 1.7 seconds. Still early days though, we're only 6 minutes into this qualifying session. Track's at 22 degrees, air is 19, time's 10:05 in the morning. It's fast, not optimum yet. Let's see what it can deliver for us. Making his way through the chase. Let's see what sort of time he can go down here. P4, nice work from him. He's Wally Masterson. Ball with him. I love the little detail of the windscreen wiper just fluttering in the breeze. Did you hear about Kunos said they might not just be done just quite yet with ACC, so there may be some sort of update or addition at a later date. They're not completely finished with developing the game. As Neil Fagney getting all sorts of sideways there. Here's Scott Smith. He's in the Lexus. V8. Up into P7. Nice work from him. Here's John Hedges. And they're in 14th at the moment. So Jack Steele, he's out there. P1. Kinero in the pits. Ricker on an outlap there. Flick across to Benjamin Hignett, who's putting in some good times. We'll go to Hildebrandt first. Another Lexus. A couple of Lexus in the field tonight. P7, P9, and P1. There you go. 3 Lexus in the top 10. Not very often. Done some mischief up the top of now. Wally Masterson. Into Murray's. P6. From Chris Hildebrandt. Here's Rod Taylor. He's trying to improve his top 10 position. 10th right now. Improve his time, but not his position. P10. Currently. Just a tick over 6 minutes left in this qualifying session. Here's Mitch Hayes. Good enough for P4. Nice work from him. What about Scott Smith? One of the only drivers out there setting a lap at the moment in the Lexus. Improving slightly, might shave off a 10th. No, that's about it though. P9 for Smith. What about Matt Frost? Haven't seen much of him tonight so far. Just over 5 minutes remaining. Track's still at fast. Air temperature 19, track temperature 22. No wind to speak of. No weather by the looks of things. None expected. What it delivers for the race, but none scheduled at the moment that we can foresee. Matt Frost, a couple of tenths up on his best time. That would put him around the mark to take P6, so Hildebrandt with a good showing here. He's occupying P6 in the 111. He's improving his time at the moment as we speak. So Frost is going to have to pull out something decent in the closing stages of this lap to move up a position. Should improve his time though. Just a little bit of time there in the final corner. Improves by a 10th, but not enough to move up a position. Here's Rod Taylor. He's getting some laps under his belt. He's going to wipe off a couple of tenths of his time, but still remains there in P10. The car ahead of him, that's Scott Smith. Ooh, gives the wall a bit of a whack there at Forest Elbow, so that was not going to do his time any good. It's Frost again. So Steele's out there, but this is an out lap. Same as Vinny Kinero, so he's just getting set to put in a time lap with just under 4 minutes remaining in this qualifying session. Max Ricker is just beginning his lap, so 6.5 tenths off Jack Steele, who the closest car to him is Vinny Kinero in P2, almost over half a second. It's a big gap between Steele and Kinero. couple of tenths up on his best time, but he's currently sitting 8.5 tenths behind Jack Steele at the moment, who's flying. So 2-minute .7 is his best time. As Ricker heads through the chase. What class is this? No class, I guess. I don't know. It depends on what you mean by class. We've got pro. I guess there's the class of the drivers. Like pro is the white boxes. Silver is the silver drivers, and the red is the AM drivers. So don't know if that answers the question. There's a Mustang at the Nürburgring 24 hour. They just called them the Mustangs. They didn't call them Ford Mustangs. They were just the Mustangs. I think P5, one of them finished. I think there was only two. One finished top 5. Oh, it's GT3. GT3. Yeah. Definitely GT3. Neil Fakeney. A big slide. We've seen a little bit of that from him tonight. Here's Pierre Reid, going to put his hand up for the second row of the grid. P5 just misses out. Here's Vinny Canero in the dying stages right now. A minute to go. What can he do? Not enough. Steele not going to improve on his time. So Ricker is out there right now, but he's down on his best time. That's half a second off Jack Steele, the man on screen. He doesn't improve his time, so 2-minute .7 is the fastest time of the evening. No worries, Mr. Big Boy. C. Butt. Christopher Butt. No, that was 4 tenths off his best. So as I mentioned, Max, traffic there, but as well that ends well. Not doing anything great for his times though, so it looks like he's going to come into the pits. Here's Vinny Canero. He's up on his best time, but only marginally, not enough. He's 4 tenths down on the best time as we go to 000. So there's a handful of cars out there at the moment. One of them is Neil Fakeney. So great to see him back racing this week. This is the last couple of weeks. He's been a little crook, from what I can tell. So good to see him back. So makes his way down into the chase. Fakeney, but Hignett. Hignet's right tucked in behind here, so he could sneak up onto the second row of the grid. Hignett will stick with Fakeney. He'll improve his time, but not his position. Hignett, he goes to 4th. Nice work, Benjamin Hignett. They're all chasing Jack Steele, though. Vinny Canero is the last one out there who could possibly unseat him, but not likely at the moment. Good front row grid spot, though, for Vinny Canero, so nice work from him. And then Zach Jensen is the last car out there. But it's Jack Steele. Congratulations to him. He was fastest in pre-practice. He's converted that into qualifying. Now can he convert that into the race? We'll have to see. Mitch Hayes is the fastest of the silver qualifiers again this week. So congratulations to him. He's going to start from P5. And this guy's showing really, really good progress. Christopher Butt. So highest of the AM drivers. He can definitely put one lap together. Can he put the race together? That will be the big question. But he's qualified P9 outright and highest of the AM, so best of luck to him. But that is qualifying all done. That's the grid. We'll take a quick little break. Be back in like 3 minutes. Alright, we're back. So, are we going to do a warm-up lap here, or are we just going to go once we hit the start-finish line? Very early in the day, 9:03. Track is green. Ooh, so it's not going to be particularly grippy. Not going to be particularly grippy out there. Alright, here we go. Movement at the station. I don't know if we're just going to go straight away. Looks like it. Here we go. So round number 4, the third last round of ACC on Roos. Let's see what we got. Are they going to go? I think they are. I'm pretty sure. There we go. So good start from Steele. Ooh, Rick is going big dive up the inside. Makes a little bit of contact there. Almost, I think. I think he might have missed out on it. So he's going to tuck in into the draft. A couple of cars swapping positions. Taylor and Jensen down there. But it looks like everyone's managed to get away. See, that's the view from Jack Steele's car. Smith has moved up a position on Butt already. They go up through the cutting for the first time. Wally Masterson's just dropped down a spot as well. So Rick has slotted into third here. He met behind him. Mitch Hayes in the Ferrari following in P5. And Pierre Reid, I don't think we actually saw him in qualifying. So they're in P6 at the moment. So go down through the S's towards the dipper. Oh, that was Hildebrandt. That was a decent whack too. Let's see what happened there. He lose it by himself. Oh, I thought not. Oh, I think he got a little bit out of whack and they just clipped the wall. And oy, that was Matt Frost, who was the unfortunate bystander in that. We go back to live images. So that's Frost. You can see some of the battle scars there, and the 111 Chris Hildebrandt is in the pits. So that is where he is at the moment, as they're about to finish the first lap, and it's going to be Jack Steele leading the way. Vinny Canero in P2, Rico, Hignett, Hayes, Pierre Reid. As they go through Hell Corner again. Start another lap. So track is still green, 18 degrees air and track temperature. So the sort of front 6 all bunched up. And Frost is at the head of the second group. Smith, Butt, faking Taylor. Go down the hill through Mountain Straight up towards Griffith Bend. But all bar Chris Hildebrandt, who had a pretty good qualifying. So he started in P7, so unfortunate for him, and I dare say that's probably terminal because he did teleport back to the pits, so that's generally an indicator that that person's probably not coming back. We go on board with Mitch Hayes, giving chase to Benjamin Hignett. They go across the top of the mountain, down through the S's where we did see Hildebrandt come unstuck earlier. No such issues for Hayes though. And Silver class, P5 outright as well. Down to Forest Elbow. So we've got Pierre Reid just behind him. And Steele already pulling out a substantial gap. It's already at a second between him and Canero. Go on board with Canero through the chase. You can see the gap. That's what a second looks like between he and Jack Steele. So they'll just begin to start to feel a little bit more accustomed to the seat. It's still green. So that air temperature's not really doing a lot for them at the moment. We'll see if it does progress throughout the race as we go on board the haze. This is a Assetto Corsa Competizione, that is correct, Mr. Big Boy. Stay on board. Here. Closing in the Mercedes. Caps at 1.2 seconds now. Steele just continuing to just inch away a little bit by a little bit. Oh, yeah, that's Hignett. He's gone off. That was at Brock Skyline. Let's see what happened with him. Here we go on board. Here we go, it's a little bit better. What happened here? Oh, just sort of big chunk of understeer there. He just sort of drifted off. So P6. Oh, fake knee. That's at Forest Elbow as well. What's happened here? Kind of expect this at Bathurst. It is. They don't call it Mount Spinorama for nothing. What's happened here? Oh no! He's been torpedoed. That was Rod Taylor, unfortunately, and Neil Fakeney was just collateral damage in that one. So he was an innocent bystander. And this is Smith getting past the Ford of Matt Frost. So that's a wounded Ford at the moment as well. Smith doing a good job there. He started in P10, so he's made up 3 spots. So nice work from Scott Smith. We go back to live images. And Matt Frost now has Christopher Butt to deal with. Down on board with him. They go through Griffith Bend. So, Butt leading the AM class at the moment. So having a good run. Gap is kind of stabilised a little bit between Steele and Kinero. So it's at a second. It's sort of just hovering there at the moment. Last lap, Steele did a 2:02.8. Kinero did a 2:03. So just a couple of tenths. Vinny able to hold with him at the moment. So Steele's going to have to continue to push. And Kinero will just try and pour as much pressure on. And there we go, we can see the gap between the two. What's the gap behind? So that's Max Ricker giving chase. And we're looking forward out of the windscreen of Kinero. But because I'm just trying to get his Lamborghini ahead of the 666. last lap, Steele did a 2:02.6. Kiniro was only 2/100th of a second slower. So Max Ricker, he was in the 2:03s. Hayes was 2:03.3, so was Reed. Even at a 2:03.6. So Kiniro and Steele, the only two cars in the 2:02s. Very close times as well. As mentioned, only 200ths of a second separating them. Just sticking with these two at the moment because they're the closest cars on track. I think Neil Fakey, he made a pit stop to repair that damage, and so did Rod Taylor as well. As Buck makes his way through the chase. Good stuff from Christopher Butt. So he started 9th, Frost started 8th, so both of them are where they started. So here's the two leaders at the moment. Kiniro was just a 10th slower that last lap on Steele. ACC or iRacing for beginner to intermediate sim racing? I would. Well, iRacing's a subscription-based model, so it's definitely the more expensive option. iRacing, and also depends on what you got. So if you got a PC, it's powerful enough to play ACC as well. It's a pretty resource-heavy game. iRacing not as much, they're much more focused on physics and whatnot. A lot of people think that it's much more realistic. Well, not much more, but more realistic. But for a beginner, yeah, probably ACC, you can probably pick it up relatively cheap. It is at the end of its life though. That's the only thing. Everyone's moving to LNU. It just depends on what you're looking for. So, you know, what sort of racing you want to do would determine what you get. Here's Butt though. They're going to go side by side with Frost through the chase. Nice work. That's a good move, you know. That was nice from Butt. Let's go to let's see that on the replay. Look at this. That's good. That's good racing from both of them as well. Frost is a little bit wounded, so you know he's doing the right thing there, not fighting it harder than he can. And yeah, nice move from Christopher Butt. Good driving from both those guys. So nice and respectful from both of them. And there's a fair gap now, 13.3 seconds between Frost and Jensen. So he's safe for now, but is 2.4 seconds behind Smith. We get into road and track racing. And are you on PC or are you on console? That would be the other question, I guess. And do you have a rig? Nero, 1.2 seconds. So only separated by 5/100ths of a second on that previous lap. 6/100ths of a second. Sorry. So this is good stuff. This is a straight out battle right now. We've almost been going 15 minutes, so almost at the quarter way mark. 14, we started with 15. Chris Hildebrand is the only one that we've lost. G920 and OK laptop, which I'm planning to upgrade. Okay. just have to be careful. ACC is pretty resource heavy. So that would be my only... I'm not exactly a computer expert though either. I know very little about computers. I know enough to get my way around it, but ACC would do the trick, I reckon, for you. 202.547 to steal on that previous lap. 202.4 to Kinero. Gap just hovering at 1.5 seconds. So slowly Steele is just getting on top at the moment. Here's Jensen making his first pit stop. Well, his first and only. Ooh, that might be because of he's had a bit of an excursion somewhere. So that may not be scheduled. But other than that, it's all sort of pretty quiet. Max Ricker sitting there in third position, so his last lap was at 2:02.9. So he's a good half a second off the pace of the guys at the front. Down there in third. He is... Oh, what's happened here is Hignett. That's his second issue that we've seen him have tonight. What happens here? Is it across the skyline? I think it is. Oh, that's where we saw him have that problem before. Oh, that is a much bigger repercussion. That's tough. That was a big hit into the wall, and he's teleported back to the pit. So I dare say that's his evening done. Somebody's having a pretty good evening right now. Yeah, yep, I'm dead. There you go. He's in the chat. That's a big one. That looked like it was the... Just had a little bit of issue across there, across that part of the track tonight. Mr. Benjamin Hignett did, so he is out. But this guy's having a great race right now. But he's my driver of the day at the moment. Just over a quarter way. Top speed 283. Smith 287. Fastest. Steele's at 286. Ricker's 286 as well. Taylor 285. Just a bit of an idea on some of the top speeds. A little battle between Lexus and Lamborghini. But just losing a little bit of time there. Just come unstuck somewhere, but we'll gather it back up again. Tires screeching. Always a tough corner to see the apex there. There you go, you can see the gap between the two. Ricker's miscalculated his tyre pressures, I hear. There you go. 2:02.9. He's 6/10 faster. 2:02.875 on that previous lap. So he was faster than both Kinero and Jack Steele on that previous lap. Got Rod Taylor just up ahead of him, so he's just putting a lap on the number 32. 3.1 seconds is the gap between Kinero and Ricker though. 1.6, so that gap between first and second is just growing ever so slightly. just consistently stretching a little bit by a little bit by a little bit. Might put the tyres close to the end of the race. That thing's pretty heavy on the rears. There we go. So you might see a bit of excitement towards the end of this one. Pretty quiet field though, 13 out there, so but it's just pulling away a little bit from Smith. That is true, Benjamin Hignett, your crash was entertaining. We lost you though, so that was a bit, that was the disappointing part about it. Steele got a little bit of, oh that's Neil Fakeney. There's just that little bit of traffic there. And Kinnearo's lost a decent chunk of time, it's 2.4 seconds. The difference between he and Kinnearo now. So it was hovering about 1.4, 1.6. Steele pretty down now. He's almost put a second on him at the moment. So he's just stretching that lead out. I'm thinking about pit stops in the not too distant future. As we start to head towards the halfway mark of this one. We're over a third race distance. Not a lot going on. There's the closest gap is this one, 2.2 seconds. And that's Neil Fakeney, who's down in P12 at the moment. Hedges is in the pits. Not too sure if that's scheduled. Wouldn't be outside the realms of possibility that it is. So there's Ricker, 3.7 seconds is the gap, and his last lap around was a 2:03.4 compared to a 2:02.8 to Kinnearo. So it's still like a 2:02.6 on that previous lap. I've never noticed that. I've never noticed the walking sign there. Hang on, where is it? On the right hand side. Yeah, see that yellow one? I've never noticed that before. Continues to grow and grow and grow. 3.3 seconds now. Yeah, Steele was 0.2 faster on that previous lap. pretty quiet. It's very quiet. There's big gaps everywhere. This is the closest gap on the racetrack. That's 2.6. Steel. 3.4 seconds between him and Kiniro. So that's sort of stabilised a little bit. India looking pretty good right now in this test, leading by 142. 3 for 136. Rahul's on 64. Panthers on 24. This could be a big partnership right here. There we go. That's more runs. Anyway, yeah. So this is pretty. Honestly, there's just not a lot to talk about. I'm not going to lie. 3.7 second gap at front. And the closest other battle is 1.7 seconds. Might as well do a lap on board with Jack Steele. Let's see how he's doing it. That was a decent lap as well from Steele on that previous lap. 2:02.2. It's only a couple of tenths off his best time. He's flying at the moment. Kiniro was 6 tenths slower. So the gap's 4.4. It's a further 4.4 back to Max Ricker. I'll tell you what, Ben Stokes looks really healthy at the moment. He looks fit. He looks very fit. Bowling at 135 kilometres at the moment. Looks very fit for England. What else? And then Butt. Here's the other one, 2.3. That's Rod Taylor. So Matt Frost is like 10 seconds behind him. There he is going up Mountain Straight. Other than that, we are close to the halfway mark. We have 2.5 races left for this series. ends. Oklahoma City Thunder, NBA champions today. That was Game 7 in OKC. Their first ever title. What else has been going on? There's been heaps. Oh, here we go. Someone's in the pits. Taylor. There you go. That's a bit of excitement. Making his stop. I think that might be his second stop of the day. It is. No pit stops for Steele or Kadiro. The Aussies take on the West Indies. Starts in a couple of days, 25th, so not tomorrow, the day after. Would be Wednesday. That's exciting. Test match cricket season back in effect. Butts made up a little bit of ground on Smith. Last lap around, Smith did a 2:04.3, but a 2:03.8. No, 2:03.9 in fact. Oh, have we lost another one? Here's Wally Masterson. I really like this livery. I know it's an in-game livery, but yeah, I dig it. I think it's pretty cool. I like it. The contrast. What else? Yeah, that's about it. There's not a lot going on. I don't really know. It is an Aussie racing competition, Mr. Big Boy. Where are you based, Mr. Big Boy? Are you an Australian as well? Yeah, I'm not too sure about this tongue for... good to hear, nice. Yeah, I'm not too sure about this tongue for England. I don't know how we go out here on Australian pitches. Rod Taylor's still in the pits. Been in there for a while now, almost 3 minutes. So Hedges is making his stop. We might get a little bit of excitement. Might get a cycle of pit stops coming through. Steele continues to push. Been pretty good today. 6.1 seconds. The gap between him and Kaniro. 2:02.8 that last lap. Half a second faster than Kaniro at a 2:03.3. I think that Tongue got late wickets in the first innings, so it sort of propped up his figures a little bit, but he didn't really do a hell of a lot by the looks of things. But this pitch hasn't really offered anything much to the bowlers either. It's been a bit of a batting surface. Oh, here we go. But it's closer. Within a second now of Smith. Smith So unfortunately for Bart, is the fastest car in a straight line on this circuit, 287 kilometres in the speed trap. So Bart 283. So doesn't do his chances any good of overtaking him. But Smith does a 204.4, 203.6 to Bart. So maybe this particular Lexus, the rears are starting to feel a little bit less than ideal at this stage of the race, as we're almost 36 minutes into it. Another one. I'm not too sure who that is, but this is for position right now. Hedges and Taylor both just come out of the pits as well. So a little bit of on-track action. And I also think that this is going to be a race where they both give the wall a bit of a nudge there. Oh, here we go. It's the pass on track. Ooh, Taylor. Oh, it's going to be a drag race. Ferrari versus Ferrari. Up mountain straight. Nice work, right, Taylor? Up the inside. So here's Pierre Reid making his pit stop. Pitting from P5. This should just be a splash and dash, I think. Yep. And Button Smith. Scoot past, there you go. Splash and dash, done. Away he goes. Out of the pit stop. we go. Butt is in the pits. Tricky pit lane entry here. Just the way that livery is, it makes it look like it's always got damage at the front end. It doesn't, obviously. A couple of the Ferraris in pit lane as well. Oh, they've been in there for a little while. A minute 3 and a minute 50. So Frost goes through. So he was battling it out with Smith. This is going to be the battle. And that's all done for Christopher Butt. How are you, Nick? Stu Barkley. Yeah, I'm not bad, Stu. How are you going? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. So we're down to 10. 17 minutes and 20 to go. Mitch Hayes is putting in a good race. Chasing my tail like everyone, it seems. Yeah, it does feel like that way, doesn't it? Just we're on the merry-go-round. Just never stops, unfortunately. Have you been doing much sim racing, Stu? That's the big question. So yeah, he's had a good race, Mitch Hayes. He started in 5th, he's in 4th at the moment. Last lap from Steele. He did a 2:05.6. Kinero 2:03.1. And Rico 2:02.7. So Benjamin Hignett gave us a bit of intel to say that Rico had the wrong tyre pressures, and it would indicate that is the case. Turning out like the previous 3 races where Ricker won 3 on the trot. Yeah, definitely his worst race of the season. We're still in the running for a podium position. Sunday nights, mate. GT4 going strong on PS5 still. Yeah, GT4 is a great little series, eh? Sunday nights. Yeah, I know. I don't know. I just really see you back on track. I don't know. I was playing a bit of Gran Turismo there for a while because I got the VR headset. Oh, what's happened here? There's been a change of the lead. I was too busy thinking about race again. Look at that. The most exciting part, and I missed it. I'm kind of a little bit over ACC. Like it's sort of been going for a long time now. Long time. Oh, I'm pitted today. Nah, so I reckon Jack Steele's had some sort of issue. And now it's on. 14 minutes to go. Both still need to make their pit stop. If there's one thing I want before we finish up in this game, it's to see Vinny Canero win a race. That's all I want to see from the last 3 races, today included. I just want to see Vinny Canero win a race. That's all. He's come close a few times. Let's see if today's the day. He's a bit of a freak up there. Evo, when it lands, gives us all the reset. Yes. Yeah, it's just like been eating the same, meal. When did it come out? I reckon like 2019 on console. So it's been a fair while. I remember I bought it while still in lockdown, I think. Yeah, it's just been around for a very long time. Steel, has he got witness marks on the car? I can't really see them. But this is a straight fight now. Rick has closed the gap up on these guys as well. So only 2.3 seconds behind. 203.485 to Kinero, 203.9 to Steele, 203.1 to Ricker. 12 and a half minutes left. We've got a race on our hands. This is exciting. Give us the rundown of what's been happening in the console league there, Stu. Oh, you're just doing Sunday nights. What was the other night for console? Tuesday nights, I think. Sounds like it's still going quite strong. I've got Evo, and it's pretty good for early access. E-Plug Evo is pretty good. Yeah, still in that early access. PS5 version was early 2022. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I completely got that wrong. Still good 3 years. Can't say I haven't got the value out of it though. Seen the cost of new AAA racing games? $125. I'm looking forward to that other one, the Project Motorsports. I reckon that's going to be the one, Stu, not Evo. I don't think Evo will be good for a while. It will first of all obviously get good on PC. I don't know when I don't know if they're going to. I think they'll eventually bring it to console, but it won't be the same sort of version. As Steele and Kinero go side by side in the chase. Who can go latest on the brakes? It's the Ford Mustang. They're still side by side. A little bumping and grinding there through the chase. And looks like Steele has wrestled the lead back. Wow. Oh, that's cool. Tuesday night is upwards of 30 drivers each week in the same server. Sunday Night League is upwards of 20. Lots of the same guys at the front. And they're all joining you at the front, I take it, there, Stu. Yeah, Project Motorsports. It's from the same guys who did, remember, Project Cars or whatever it was. Project Motor Racing, I think. Yeah. There you go. Fall of 2025, but that's like spring. That's later this year. I think like August, September, October, around about there, maybe November. Yeah, that's going to be the one to check out. Yeah, you can pre-order it at the moment from selected retailers. Because I think Ruse used to do Project Cars as the console league. Yeah, Project Cars 3 was horrible. Oh, that was really bad. Considering Project Cars 1 and 2 were so good. Yeah, Project Cars 3 that was horrible. Very, very bad. You can even get what is it, Forza Horizon, I think it is. You can get that on console these days. Not the motorsport game, though. More like open world stuff. So that lead was short-lived by Kinero, unfortunately. Less than 9 minutes to go. Yeah. That is true. LMU's coming to console at some stage. I don't think it would be until next year, but I reckon that will be a big one. They talked about it in some sort of interview the other week. That'd be pretty exciting. I don't think it's a definite, but I think they're exploring how they can port it to console. I reckon that would be pretty good. Yeah, and Gran Turismo's been around for like a good couple of years, 2 or 3 years, so yeah, it just all gets a bit stale and boring. I've been playing that Roadcraft. That's not bad. It's like Farming Simulator, but with like road equipment. So Ricker not really able to take any advantage over these guys squabbling. Ooh. Oh, did he have a little moment then, Max? I think he did. Oh, that's where Hignet had an issue over the skyline. Maybe I was just seeing things. Oh no, he did have a little moment there. Alright, so let's put his charge to an end. 7 minutes to go. It's going to be a splash and dash pit stop. Who's going to blink first? Neither. Who else needs to make a pit stop? Pretty much everyone. Pierre Reid, Butt, Masterton and Fakeney. It's about 30 seconds. Pierre Reid could be on for a podium here. I would keep an eye on him. Yeah, Pierre Reid could be a very sneaky chance for a podium. Here's Smith. He's making his way into the pits. He's stopped. Where did he start? I agree, Stu. I don't think that's really on his way though. He started in 10th. Nice work from Scott Smith. Is it just a splash and dash? It is. Yeah, he's got it down. He knows what he's doing. Oh, so Butt, I think Butt was challenging him. Here we go. Christopher Butt up mountain straight. He's got the warmer tyres and he's got a bit of a run on him. Oh, this is going to be good as they go down the dip. Can he sneak up the inside? No, he can't. Stuck the nose in there. PCs are scary, Stu. They're very scary. You eventually get used to it though. You eventually just like learn to live with the fear. So Steele is continuing on. So is Kiniro. These are going to be pressure-packed pit stops. Mitch Hayes. Ricky is in the pits. So one of the top 3. Let's look for Pierre Reid. I reckon this is... where is he? Ooh, he's coming through the chase. Ricky's stopped now. This could be close. Ooh, it's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. That's Fakeney. Here we go. So there's Ricker. There's Pierre Reid. So not quite... not quite able to do it. So Hayes, though, he is not stopped. What's the gap? 26.8. Come on, Stu. Let's do it. Blue XR8. Oh, is that a recent damage? I'm not too sure. So that's Masterson in the Porsche. Steele coming through. Wally will get out of the way as soon as he can, and he does. Nice work from him. Frost makes his stop. And there you go. That's the difference between Steele and Canero right now. And Christopher Butt just trying to hang on to Smith at the moment. He's got the AM class all wrapped up at the moment though, does Butt. So good effort from him. Here comes Vinny Canero. He's in the pits, as is Jack Steele. This is a couple of pressure-packed stops right now. Both have to hit their marks. Oh, Canero looks like he's was a little bit today. Kind of get that around this track. Steele, he looks all good, nice and calm and composed. Canero looks like he's hit his marks. Canero, oh no, he didn't hit his marks. Off goes Steele. There's Canero. And Vinny Canero, if he had have nailed that finish, that stop. And here comes Mitch Hayes, so Ricker gets through as well. That's Fakney and Pierre Reid there in the background. But the gap, unfortunately, is 2.5 seconds between Steele and Canero. And you would have to think any chances that he had of winning this race have just gone out the window. I'm not too sure if this is going to be... the last lap or not. There's only a minute 20. Bruce team on iRacing is gearing up. Is that JJ Penguin still a part of that? The iRacing 24-hour team. He did one of those a little while ago. That didn't end well, unfortunately. Well, that's Canero giving the wall a bit of a whack too. So he's coming under attack right now from Max Rickus, and Canero will be hoping that this is the last lap. He's Steele. He's 33 seconds away. I reckon we're probably going to do one more lap after this one, by the looks of it. Maybe if he just slows up a little bit, he might be able to just squeeze past. Or it is going to be super tight. 8, 7, 6. Oh, just hold off, Jack Steele. No, we're going to do another lap.
Right.
2 seconds. Yeah, JJ not doing it this time. There we go. Alright, so Hayes all over the back of Ricker at the moment. So that's good for Canero. That keeps Ricker off his back. And we're into the last lap right now. So we had the official notification. Mitch Hayes looking to go around the outside. That's the long way around there. Move back to fix up his tyre pressures at that stop. Looks like Steele is 3.6 seconds down the road, so he's pretty good right now. He looks like he's got this one very closely held on to. Battle right now between these two. The P3, Ricker and Hayes. Oh, there you go, big boy. You should talk to Blue XR8. He's the boss over there on iRacing. So he's the man to speak to if you're interested in doing some iRacing stuff. Look at this, side by side. Hayes and Rico, Ferrari versus McLaren down Conrad Straight. They're going to go side by side through the chase. Who is going to be the latest on the brakes? It looks like it is Hayes, not quite. Rick is going to fight him off. Steele is pretty close to the line. Hayes gets the move done. Pierre Reid's going to try and jump in there. Well done, Jack Steele. He takes the victory. Vinny Canero, he finishes in second. Well done to him. Hayes is going to finish in third. Ricker fourth. Pierre Reid just had that little, he spun off there at Murray's. So he's going to come home P5. Well done to Christopher Butt as well. He's managed to get past Smith. He's going to finish 6th. He started in 9th. Scott Smith started in 10th. And well done to Butt. He's going to take home the AM class. Mitch Hayes, his second silver class victory in a row. As Butt crosses the line. Smith. Then we've got Frost and Masterson. But well done and congratulations to Jack Steele. He is round number 4 victor. Congratulations to him. Here's Matt Frost just finishing off. Where are you, Willie Masterson? He's out there as well. Oh, he's been in the wars today, hasn't he? The old 666. Yeah, well, look at that. That's very beat up. And then Wally Masterson. But Jack Steele, congratulations. He's the round 4 victor. Let's do a quick little post-race interview. See if we can grab him. And we'll wrap things up from there. I wouldn't say it was an alright race. It was pretty boring in big patches there, but glad you enjoyed it, Mr. Big Boy. Smaller grid than normal tonight. No, this is unfortunately the sizes that we're getting at the moment because this is the last series in this in ACC, so it's more petering out rather than going out with a bang. But you know, it is what it is. All right, we'll see if oh, here we go. I think he's already in here. Are you in here, Jack Steele?
Hello, yes.
Hey, how are ya?
Good, mate. How are you?
Good. You sound like what?
Oh,
I didn't see it. I was doing something else. What happened there at the end with you and Vinny? He all of a sudden caught you.
Oh, I don't know. Just over Skyline, lost the rear, and just did everything I could to keep it out of the wall.
Right.
But it's facing the wrong way, of course. I'm trying to do a 10-point turn in the narrow bit there.
Oh yeah, in the S's there.
And, yeah.
Wow.
But yes, just tried to keep it interesting, eh?
Yeah. Well, it looked in full control up until then. It was pretty quiet. I was responding to a comment, and then all of a sudden I see you and Vinny close by, and I was like, "What's going on here?" So. But the rest of the race seemed like it was pretty straightforward for you.
Yeah, I don't think it's ever straightforward around here. It's so hard to keep the pace up, and any tiny mistake can be massively costly. Like I almost found out.
Yep.
But no, I was pretty happy with the race up until that point. The old Lexus is pretty nice around here, but still a bit of a handful.
How were the rear tyres at the end there?
Oh, they were gone.
Yeah.
I think that's why I lost it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to watch the replay because I honestly don't know what happened. 1 minute I was doing what I always do, and next minute I'm facing the wall.
Yeah, because Benjamin Hignett, he dropped out early. He had a big crash across the top of Skyline there, and he said the Lexus's rear tyres might be feeling a little bit second hand towards the end of the race. So that sounds like that's what happened to you.
Yep, I think so. Yeah, there's a few corners that, last 15, 20 minutes or so were just pretty sketchy.
Yep. Well, you managed to pull it off, so that's your first win of the season. And up until then, you're going pretty well. I like the livery as well, the Need for Speed tribute livery as well.
Yes, thank you. Love that car, and I saw the Lexus. It sort of got the same lines, and I thought, oh,
Yeah,
could make that work.
I like. Did you do it yourself?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah, nice. And I like the Steel Industries on the back there.
Oh yeah, Steel Motorsport.
Yeah, Steel Motorsport. Yeah,
little logo.
I like it. I was digging it. I checked it out. So nice. And I have been asking everyone who's come on here as well this season, because it is our last season on ACC. What's been your favourite memory of ACC? It can be ruse, it can be non-ruse, it can just be anything. What's been your sort of your one standout memory?
Well, I think you've already heard it, to be honest.
Oh, have I?
It's probably it's got to be the 12-hour I did with Max at Nordschleife.
Right, he talked about that last week.
Yep, two-man that, and mixing it with the aliens. We sort of knew we weren't going to, get a result just on pure pace. Couldn't really compete, but we thought, if we just go pure consistency, 12 hours is a long time.
Yes.
And we did. We were just banging in lap after lap after lap. I think, we didn't have any incident that cost us more than sort of a second or two the whole race.
Yep.
And you ended up at the podium. That was, that's probably my highlight of ACC.
Love it. Well, we already heard all about that last week, but that sounds like it would have been. Did you watch the race on the weekend, the 24-hour? Any of it?
No, I didn't. Nope.
Oh.
Nope. Had a pretty busy weekend.
Oh, that's a shame. Okay, cool. Well, congratulations. Your first victory of the season. 2 more to go. I think we're in, where are we, like Suzuka and Spa or something for the last couple of races, which is pretty good. But yeah, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Glad could send the Lexus off with a win. It's the first car I picked when I was starting out sim racing, and pretty soon I found out it was not super competitive, so I swapped.
Yeah.
But I thought, it's my last chance to take it for the season, so glad to get a win with it.
Well, you got 2 more opportunities as well, so it's not completely done just yet.
Oh, we'll see. I don't think that's the best track for the Lexus, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, don't undersell yourself. So, all right, beautiful.
All right, cheers, Nick.
Cheers, mate. Have a good one. All right, and we got another person here. Now, why is he muted? Server muted. Are you there, Christopher Butt? Why does it say your server is muted? I haven't muted you. I can see you in the green room, but it says that server muted for some reason. I can see you there, but I can't hear you. I think you might be trying to talk, but it's got server muted. I have no idea why it's doing that. No. No. Invite to server, maybe? Why is it server muted? Trying to work out how to unmute you. It's not working. Can someone unmute me in the server, please? Yeah. I wonder why that is. Yeah. Not too sure. Oh, well, we'll have to leave it for next week. We'll have to, we'll get you on next week. Hopefully that can get all sorted out. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can unmute you, unfortunately. More options. Oh, hang on. Try now.
There we go.
There, gotcha. Look at that. I could unmute you. There we go. Done. Hey, how are you? Congratulations. That was a good drive tonight.
Oh, mate, I was stoked with that. It's the
Yeah.
first ever race I've done at Bathurst where I've even finished on the lead lap.
Well, yeah. It was...
Uh,
and you had a good battle with Smith there for a lot of it as well.
I did. That was a really good battle, really fun. It was hard to get past him.
Yep.
But luckily he just made a small enough mistake that I could get alongside him. And managed to hold it around the outside at turn 2. So
Yeah, it was good. I picked it up on I don't think I got it on the stream because there's some other stuff going on. But then also I got the overtake on Frost down Conrod as well early on in the race.
yeah, that was. I'm pretty lucky that he backed out of that one, I reckon, because I was really nervous heading into the chase side by side. I just was trying to not hit the curb and bounce into him.
Yeah. No, he's a good operator, Frosty. So it looked like it was all pretty well handled by both of you. And qualifying was pretty good as well.
Yeah, well, I managed to get my fastest ever lap around Bathurst.
Right.
So that was a positive.
Yeah.
Almost hit a 201, but binned it coming down the mountain.
As most people do. Yep.
Yeah. But no, I was really, really pleased with the whole night.
Yeah, no, it was good because you've definitely got that one lap pace, but yeah, putting it together in the race sometimes doesn't quite work out. But yeah, that was probably one of the best races I've seen you race in PC. I've only seen a handful of races, but I think that was easily your best. Do you think it was?
Oh, I think that's the first one that I've actually finished on PC. So. Yes, there you go. So, yeah, I've managed to bin it every other race. So, no, it was really good. It's not one of my favourite tracks to race on either. I'm generally not very good at that track, but I just managed to find something tonight.
Mate, well, I thought it was a phenomenal effort. How's those lines going as well? Were you pretty happy with Friday night?
That was pretty epic.
It's pretty awesome, wasn't it? I thought so.
I mean, to be able to start off the way we did and then actually finish the game off was pretty impressive, I thought.
I think a lot of Geelong supporters thought they were going to come down there and watch a Patrick Dangerfield tribute game on Friday night, and the Lions decided to spoil the party, which I thoroughly enjoyed watching.
Yeah, I wasn't too confident actually going into that game. I thought we were going to get flogged like normal when we play in Geelong, but thankfully not. Yeah,
no, it was a good result. Well, there you go. You continued on a little bit of the good run. So that's an AM class victory for you. And, best race on PC.
Yeah, it was really good. It's a bit of a shame I can't race next Monday night, but that's all right.
Well, you'll have to try and get on for the last race of the season in a couple of weeks then.
And if it's at Spa, is it? I think I like that track, so hopefully I think more results will come my way.
Yeah, I think Suzuka and Spa are the last two, so two pretty epic circuits. So, cool. All right, well, congratulations, great work, and hopefully we'll see you in the last round.
All right, thanks.
Cheers, thanks, mate.
See ya.
Bye. Alrighty. So that's everyone. That's everything done. So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks for everyone chatting along as well. Mr. Big Boy as well. Hope you get yourself sorted out and work out where you want to race. And everyone else, Stu Barkley was in there tonight. We're off to round number 5 next week. So I think it's Suzuka. So that'll be fun for the penultimate round of the season, the last Hurrah Cup. Until then, I hope you have a good week. My name's Nick. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.